This build is so much fun, dude. Jump, jump. There. Now on the boss. While we're coping, we can just tank it. Look. Poof. Oh, he melted. Let's go. Oh, this build's a ton of fun, guys. It's this new legendary node that allows it. Force of nature. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Welcome to the Dust Devil Earthquake BARB. This one is a natural disaster. I'm here on Torment 4 and we are basically making use of the new Paragon board where my Earthquakes now spawn Twisters. And I just want to show this here to you against Lord Zir. And he basically spawns and he dies. It's pretty crazy. So this is basically the boss kills and it's doing a lot of damage. I'll show you a few more here. You basically can prepare the ground already by just leaping, and leap spawns spawns earthquakes, and so does Dust Devil, and here spawns, and boom. Like takes a second to get this going basically, that's why I keep leaping on the same spot. And it's basically the new Paragon board what makes this possible. I'll show you the full setup here. I also managed to do pit 90 with this already on BARB, and we are like very comfortable speed farming pit 80. And that's also pretty crazy. And you see like it's hitting for like multiple hundreds of millions of damage already. And I'll show you one more kill here and then we'll go over the full setup. So yeah, you see there's a lot of stuff going on the screen. It's the natural disaster. We're farming for Ramalaldi and we don't even have Greater Affix Ramalaldi yet. But that's what we're farming for here real quick. Didn't get one yet. But this is basically the setup, and you can see as I'm talking here, like the build will just gonna be spawning more and more Twisters. So what we use, this mechanic that makes all this happen, is the force of nature. Where basically our Earthquakes have a 75% to spawn a Dust Devil that deals 1100 damage, and Earthquake damage is also increased by damage versus close. And this is basically the entire principle of the build, so we just you know, proc an Earthquake here, and we also have chance to Earthquake to cast multiple times. And it basically just keeps proccing these Twisters here. And they deal a lot of damage, because we are using Fierce Winds again. So we have the size, and we scale the DPS like this. And we also use chance to Earthquake twice, which is a new temper. And then we also have the Dust Devil size on the utility slot. And we have Earthquake size on top of this in the utility slot. So there's like a multi-scaling. And there's also a lot of Earthquake duration now on the Paragon tree here. 90% Earthquake duration, and then there's a bunch of more here in range. And if you're looking at these new glyphs here, the Twister glyph actually gives me plus 2000% Dust Devil damage. And I only have it leveled to level 70. And it gives me another 1.5x on the Dust Devil. And it's very similar here with the Rumble glyph, actually giving me 50x on the Earthquake. And also 1500 Earthquake damage. And I can level these a lot more. I just started playing this build. And we are getting the runes today. And there is one rune that spawns even more Earthquakes. Whatever we do, like we just need 100 offering and we will spawn even more Earthquakes. So this build is getting even more crazy. But let's start at the gear. So we are rocking Harlequin's Crest, Resource Cooldown. We're rocking Tyrell's Might. Then we're rocking either Fist of Fate. But if you're playing pits, you want to rock elements on your boots, on your glass, because the Fist of Fate and Ramalaldi is still bugged. But for boss killing, Fist of Fate is the best. But you can just play this one fine. I'll show you a couple kills with this one here in the end as well. This is what I use for pit pushing. So just elements here with more Dust Devil size. Because I'm actually losing a bit of size right now with the Fist of Fate, but it's still better. Then on the pants here, we have the Earthquake aspect with leaps, so we just leap and it creates these Earthquakes. And again, when we do this, it also creates Twisters all the time. On the boots here, we're rocking Daze and Dust Devil size. You also want leap cooldown here. I don't have this, so right now my leap is not permanent because I keep failing my master working on the boots. So brawling skills is ideal because Ground Stomp becomes a brawling skill. It also gives you ground stomp ranks then, and it also gives you leap ranks. However, you can also play for high pits. I'm playing Iron Skin. We're going to show you the setups later. But all you need is leap cooldown on these. I just didn't get it. Then we are rocking the Ground Storm, creates Earthquakes here on the Mace. We are dual wielding on the leap, very important. You assign Ramalaldi, so you get the bonus. Then we are rocking Fierce Winds here on the Mace. And again, in the end, I want a triple crit, the chance to Earthquake to spawn twice. I think we're going to get like 88% or something. And then we can get either Twisters to spawn twice or more Earthquake duration. I still see what's going to be more DPS, because those Earthquakes overlap. And the longer they last, the more Twisters they spawn. But also, if they spawn 2 Twisters every time they spawn 1, it's also getting pretty crazy. And then we're rocking the Ramalalis. I don't even have this masterworked, because I didn't get one with efficient item power. So you're still getting like 50 more item power here. And also a bunch more masterworking. Right now, I'm only rocking 260 resource, which is very low, actually. Then we have the Grandfather here. You can masterwork all stats, resource, or damage. It's all fine. We have the Striding Giant. And we have Bolt's Chieftain. Unfortunately, we can't play the Stardust Guy because there's not really any way efficiently to spend Fury. And then on the Amulet, I'm also spraying Legacy, not Masterworked at all, just the Locran's Talisman. You want to hit Resource here, ideally, or crit damage, or the all stats. Like, both of that is actually pretty decent. But yeah, we don't have it Masterworked at all. Expertise, we are rocking X Expertise, and again, we are using the dual wield. Skill tree is looking like this. So we have 2 points in Bash, then we have Tempered Fury. It's very nice, this is in the core section now, this just buffs you Ramalaldis. You need 1 more point, I just put it in Pressure Point. Doesn't hurt, but it also doesn't really do anything. So you just put this point anywhere you want, doesn't really do anything anywhere. And then you have Ground Stomp or Iron Skin, depending on, again, Ground Stomp for boss killing, Iron Skin for pits. 3 in Imposing, 3 in Martial Vigor. Then we have Rallying Cry, this one solves all our Fortify issues. 1 point in Tough as Nails, Outburns to trigger Thorns. We have a Challenging Shout just for some toughness. Warcry here. If you have more points left, you can put more points here, but I only had 1 point, so you can max this if you want. But I like to have some toughness here. Obviously, like on the boss kill, I don't need it. I think I was pushing some pits. So the boss kill is going to be even faster here, if you wanted to. Then Aggressive Resistance. I also have 1 point in Battle Fever. This basically allows you permanent berserking with your leap, and you take the... Actually, I should play the slow rune here. It just helps you with stagger. You don't need any resources in this build. Pit Fighter, Slaying Strike. Also still have like some old skill slots here. We have Counter Offensive. Again, this build is not fully cooked. Wallop, it's very important. You have a one-hand mace here to get the Wallop multiplier. And this one does work. So yeah, you can like put it like anywhere you want. I think we're gonna put it in toughness here. Counter offensive, like I said, we max Call of the Ancients. This one gives us a nice 25% X damage multiplier. This one helps a bit with stagger. You can take it or you can leave it. Wallop and then Unconstrained. So there's still a lot more you can optimize on this build. Like, I've only just started playing it, and there's certainly a few things. Like, if you're missing crit chance, you can put points into No Mercy, for example. But I think my crit chance is just about fine. I have 99.5. As I'm getting 40% from Lockra's Talisman. And I don't have any greater affixes on any of my gear, so it's like, yeah. You want more crit chance? Like you see, no greater affixes anywhere. You can easily solve crit chance without these points. And then Paragon here, very important. Marsh on the starter board. I like that a lot. Territorial here, you need the close damage for your Earthquake multiplier. However, the main damage is coming from Twister, but Earthquake is dealing some pretty decent damage. So very nice to scale Territorial. It also gives you damage reduction, but probably in the very end game, we might drop this glyph for something like Ambidextrous. As Ambidextrous is another 1.1x and another 1.08. Pretty good, but this one also is damage to vulnerable. And we make enemies vulnerable via lucky hit. If you're playing Fist of Fate, like your leap has insane lucky hit anyways, you see 116% lucky hit. But even without Fist of Fate, like you have double lucky hit roll here. And the new value is insane. Like lucky hit, 70% chance to make target vulnerable. Pretty wild. Then we are rocking the Decimator board here with the Twister Glyph. Again, 2000 Dust Devil damage. Absolutely wild. Down here we have the Blood Rage. You want to make sure you have 300 Berserking. And we are rocking the Challenger here. Big multipliers for everything. I also really like to, right now, max the Dexterity because it gives me crit chance. Like Dex gives you crit chance. We're actually rocking 4.4k main set. And I think once we're optimized and have the glyphs up, we have more than 5k main stat on this build. And then up here we have the Rumble glyph, also big multiplier, and just multiplying our damage, same for Twister, with the Force of Nature and the Earthquake duration. There's also like Earthquake damage and Twister damage, but you know, we have 5 Dust Devil damage here. But from this one we're actually getting 1.4k, 1.5k, and from this one we're getting 2k Dust Devil. So pretty crazy. I can't wait to cook this build a lot more. I'm gonna have the player link. There's a lot of different variants. I'm playing the boss killer here right now. I'm gonna add currently playing. But for tomorrow, or for later today, I guess, when the runes come out, by the time you see this video, I definitely want to try here with the tech rune. And we will have a very good trigger. So we just need to use a skill with a cooldown. And I mean, that's basically my leap, right? Like once I have perma leap, I just leap. That's a skill with a cooldown. And I can also just cast shouts while I leap. So I'm going to be triggering like twice as many earthquakes and twice as many twisters. And we'll see how that's going to go with the tech glyph here. And then we can just use Zen. We invoke either another class power, or we cast an ultimate skill, which we'll see. There's going to be some nice tech on Ground Stomp later, where we can cast these Call of the Ancients pretty efficiently. And then we can use Yom as well. Or we use a travel rune if you're doing speedruns and you're leaping like this. You're going to travel a lot, and it's also going to trigger every time. So we'll see. But I think the Druid Petrify here will be the best DPS rune because it gives you a ton of crit damage. I think it's a 1.5x multiplier against these bosses. But yeah, there's a lot of choices here for the Tempers. You have chance to cast Earthquake, chance to cast Twister, and you have Earthquake duration as well on the Tempers. And then on the utility Tempers, you also have Dust Devil size and you have Earthquake size. So you must choose wisely what you take. Definitely want to focus on the chance to cast Earthquake, and I think on having much Dust Devil size. So right now we are rocking with the leggings here and with boots, and we have like max Dust Devil size already basically. Combined with the aspect here that they actually buffed to now 25%, so pretty strong. I'll show you some speed run here and my pit. Or was it like, I think 86 boss kill or something? Like we basically killed him in like 3 stagger rotations. And this build's gonna go well beyond 100. I'll be cooking some more, and let me actually, for the end here, show you a boss kill. So now we have no Fist of Fate, no nothing. And we'll basically just press our buttons, and yeah, boss will die just about the same. Boom, dead. Enjoy the speed runs of pits and the boss kill. So try this build. It's a lot of fun. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.